Okay, so this is what a typical dashboard looks like. Now, in this case, we've set this one up to be an accounting dashboard, but you have a lot of flexibility with Striven to have your dashboard to be something else. So depending on what your role is in the company, you can modify and easily change that. They have something called widgets here, so you can put all these pieces of information can be arranged over here. So, and that's all done by at the employee level, so they can choose what they want to see and not see. Um, so, Striven, all-in-one business management software, very powerful, feature-rich, module-rich, affordable. So, if you have a small business, they have a hosting fee of $99, and then it's $20 per user. It's a person that's going to log into your system. So, um, so you can. The nice thing about it is you can modify it. So there's lots of ways you can modify the software, and that's all done through their settings here. So the next section is employees. So you can have your list of employees. Um, their uh, you can approve expenses, you can set up schedules, all these different things. You can actually even have a payroll file that is like an Excel file that you can generate and send over to your payroll company. So time offs, all these approve, adjust, calendar, timesheets. You can have your recruiting section all built in to the system. And the nice thing is you can have multiple roles. You can have your CEO role, your office manager role, your bookkeeper role, and an AR clerk, an AP clerk, your customer service employees, your fulfillment employees. So there's lots of different, and not everybody's screen is going to look the same based on what their role is and what their permissions are. You have your customer section. You can set up, there's web forms that you can design, and once you design those and put those on your website, when someone fills out a form, it feeds back into Striven. So then once it's a lead, then you can convert it to an opportunity, and you can begin conversing with the lead and tell them about your service, and eventually migrate them to a sales order. And the nice thing about Striven is it has a customer portal, so you can have your sales orders posted. They go out by email when the customer approves the order. There's a payment link. They can actually log into the portal and make payment electronically. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. They have an e-check system. This is all through authorized.net, which is one of the biggest gateways and or merchant account provider. So the other customer features that are great is multi-touch email. So this is sort of like a drip campaign system. So with a drip campaign, you can send it out to a select number of customers or prospects. Very powerful, lots of features. You can set up your price list, your assets, your invoices. This is your travel and entertainment invoices, your finance charges, payments. Oh, it has a great collections module. Everything's automated. When the credit card fails, you just send out it'll come up on your system that the credit card failed. Let me see if I can show you that. Don't think I have anything that's in that queue right now. Yeah, I don't have anything because this is a demo system, so we don't have credit cards that we're showing there. But believe me, it's very powerful and it'll come in really handy. So then you have your vendor section, so you can handle all your purchasing. Same thing with you can have multi-touch feature for vendors. And here's where you pay your bills. You enter your bills. You can set up recurring bills. So if it's the rent is $5,000 every month, you can set that up so it'll automatically be generated for the bookkeeper. And you can pay your bills. You have a check writing, check printing, issue credits. So the accounting module, let me open up all these so you can see all the different features here. So you could have a list of transactions. You could have your, and it has a very powerful search function too, so you can search all different kinds of ways for different transactions. Here's your recurring transactions, so you can get a list of recurring transactions. Here's your general journal entries, your chart of accounts. This is where you set that up. And then you have these queues. So like I talked about a little while ago with failed payments for credit cards, your list will come up here. You can print your checks from here. You can print your invoices from here. And it's kind of neat because what happens is when you say you want to print invoices, it actually works in the background, sends an email to you that says, hey, you have 500 invoices that you're ready to send out. Here's a PDF file. Click on the file. You can print them all out. They can write your checks here. This is for your banking, for your checks. Reconciliations for your credit cards and for your checks. You can transfer money from one account to another. Here's your deposits list. And it has an online banking integration, and they just added the ability to show deposits and checks that are going out. So now you have a full online banking module. So if you have any inventory items, you can have those. It also has service items, so it doesn't have to be a physical inventory. And you can do builds. So if you're building a product, a physical product, and you need to build it from different inventory items, that's how you would do it. And then fortunately we're in Delaware, we don't have any sales tax, but for those of you in other states that do have a sales tax, all their sales tax modules are set up in here too. Another module that is that we don't use as a company just because we don't do big projects, but I know a lot of companies do have projects, and so you can set up milestones, you can set up tasks, and you can also do the multi-touch campaign within projects. So it's a really powerful system, and all of these modules, everything, it's all built in, it's all included in the pricing. So then you have your tasks. So in this case, we just have one task type set up. In our real company, we have 100 tasks or more. And so every time something is going to be done with a customer, we create a task for it so that we can follow up with that. And the nice thing with tasks is you can turn it on so that they get the customer can either get a task notification when it's created, or as soon as your employee starts to start the task, so it'll give you a progress, and then when the task is closed out. So in our case, what we did is we just said that we just want notifications to go out for when things are in progress and when things are finished, so we can let the customer know where we are and what we're doing. And it kind of, when you have a task management system and you're pushing out this information to customers, it helps cut down on calls and emails back to you and to your employees because they already know what's going on. They can log into their customer portal and they can see where you are in a task or in a project if that is the case. There's dispatch and workload and library. These things here, this is for, let's say you have an HVAC company or a plumbing company, electrician company, where you're dispatching trucks. You could have a pest control company where you're dispatching trucks and you need to account for and track everybody's service calls. That can all be handled from within this. And last but not least is the reports. Very powerful report writing, report generation features, and all these different things. AR, aging, AR by customer. You can see on page visits by employees or customers who's accessed the system, how much resources they're using. But when you have all of this information, you can find out how many, you can find out and look at emails that are going out of the system. You can build reports. So we have custom reports that we've built. you have your project reports, you have your payables reports. Lots of information at your fingertips. It's all integrated. It's called an all-in-one business management software. If you come over to here, another nice feature, and I'm going to go a little bit long on this recording in this video because there's so much to talk about with Striven that I really need to devote the time to it. They have a chat built in. Now, you would pay additional fee to have Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 live chat, but very fast response time. And if the other nice thing too is they have this a ticketing system. So let's say you want to get support, you can fill this out, tell them what you need support about. If you need to upload any documents or any screenshots of what your problems are, submit that quick, easy. Another really neat thing that they have is enhancements. This company, Miles Technologies, developed Striven for their own use, and they've been using it for 9 years now. But in 2019, they, I believe it was early 2019, they released it to their customers and to the public. So even though they had a great system for 9 years, they're constantly adding to it. They're constantly, every 5 weeks, they do a release, and they're letting their customers, they're asking their customers, hey, what features do you want? So this is what they call a future feature request or an enhancement. And so you put in what you want, put in what your wish list item is, and then they want to know, how do you accomplish it now? Do you know of any competitors that have this? How often does this occur? Is this a daily, weekly, monthly thing? And you submit that, and then every so often, I don't know if it's once a week or every other week, they all get together and decide from all the feature requests that have come in what they want to work on next. And then every 5 weeks, they have a release. So on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., system's down for an hour and in a read-only mode, and they update the software, and there's your new features. So let's just see what else I can talk about here. Here's your subscription information. You can set up your notifications. They have an online guide, so that we took that and printed it out, made it available to our employees. Here's an easy way to go to the Striven website. And then this is your dashboard. So whatever your default dashboard is, that's what's going to go here. Here's how you add. So if you want to add an employee, a task, a project, a vendor, you can add leads, customers, opportunities, sales orders, sales receipts. All of these things can be added from your main page here. You can add a deposit, a journal entry. Another nice feature, this little double bubble is their discussions. So if you want to send a discussion to somebody that's in your system, you can easily do that. Type in your message, and you can attach a document to them. You can do a link. You can put a label on this. So the discussion can be to another employee in your office. So you have an inter-office system, but it can also be to customers. So if it's to a customer, you go to a customer's page, and then you're going to see this little icon. I call it the double bubble icon, discussion icon, and you'll be able to communicate with your customers that way too. Another nice feature they have is something called a buzz. So this is a system where you can send messages to your employees, or other employees can send messages. So it could be anything. It's just anything you want everybody else in the system to know. You can also share things with customers this way. So it's sort of like a blast. It's sort of like an email group or a CC where you CC everybody. You could attach pictures and documents. So really neat system. We use it almost every day. And then you can check you can do your favorites. So these are the favorites that have been set up here.